Space is beautiful. It's vast, full of wonders, and constantly expanding. But it's also violent, unpredictable, and sometimes terrifying. While we are down here worrying about day-to-day life, the universe has its own way of reminding us just how fragile everything really is. Earth may feel safe beneath our blue skies, but in the grand scheme of things, it's just a small rock floating through a cosmic shooting gallery, surrounded by forces far beyond our control. There are real scientifically recognized threats that could wipe out humanity, or even all life on Earth in an instant or over a slow, agonizing period. Some are lurking within our own solar system, others are happening light years away, but could still spell disaster for us with almost no warning. In this video we are looking at 5 of the biggest, most fascinating and most chilling threats that could end life as we know it. No science fiction, no speculation, just cold, hard cosmic facts. And don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. Understanding these dangers is part of understanding our place in the universe, and it's a reminder that against all odds, life on Earth is still hanging on. For now. Let's dive into the real threats that could one day turn Earth's story into a cautionary tale written in the stars. When people think about extinction level events, asteroids are usually the first thing that come to mind. And for a good reason. The solar system is full of rocky leftovers from its formation, some the size of cities, others the size of mountains, and many of them have orbits that occasionally cross Earth's path. One of the most famous asteroid threats we've identified is Apophis. Discovered in 2004, Apophis immediately raised alarms. Early calculations showed a 2.7% chance of impact with Earth in 2029. A terrifyingly high probability in astronomical terms. Apophis measures about 370 meters across. If it were to strike Earth, the impact would release energy equivalent to more than 1,000 megatons of TNT, devastating an area the size of a small country and causing global effects. Fortunately, further observations ruled out an impact for 2029 and for the next century. But that doesn't mean we are out of the woods. When Apophis passes Earth in 2029, it will come closer than many of our satellites, only about 31,000 kilometers away. In cosmic terms, that's an arm's reach. Apophis serves as a wake-up call. Earth isn't immune to cosmic hazards. And it's why space agencies have started taking asteroid defense seriously. Missions like NASA's DART program, which successfully tested deflecting an asteroid, are humanity's first step toward planetary protection. Apophis may not be the one that ends us, but somewhere out there, another asteroid could be silently closing in, one we haven't even discovered yet. And when it comes to asteroid threats, the only real defense is knowing they are coming, before it's too late. If asteroids are the local threat, gamma-ray bursts or GRBs are the ultimate cosmic threat. A gamma-ray burst is the most powerful explosion known in the universe since the Big Bang. These bursts occur when massive stars collapse into black holes or when two neutron stars collide, unleashing a sudden, incredibly intense beam of gamma radiation. And if one of these beams happened to be pointed directly at Earth, the result would be catastrophic. The terrifying part? It wouldn't matter how far away the explosion is. As long as it's within a few thousand light years, a direct hit could strip away Earth's ozone layer in seconds. Without that protective shield, ultraviolet radiation from the sun would flood the planet's surface, causing mass extinctions and frying ecosystems in a matter of days or weeks. Some scientists even speculate that a gamma-ray burst might have contributed to one of Earth's past mass extinctions hundreds of million years ago. There is no way to predict one. No warning system and no defense. If it happens, we won't even see it coming until it's already too late. Luckily, GRBs are extremely rare. Most happen in distant galaxies and our region of the Milky Way seems relatively quiet. But sheer possibility that somewhere, some dying star could aim a lethal cosmic sniper rifle at us is enough to remind us how fragile life really is in the grand scale of the universe. The universe doesn't have a vendetta against Earth, but it also doesn't have a safety switch. Before we dive into even stranger and somehow even scarier threats, if you're enjoying this journey through the dangers lurking in our universe, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps more space lovers find videos like this. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, because trust me, the weirdness is just getting started. When you picture a planet, you probably imagine it orbiting peacefully around a star. But not every planet follows that script. Some are wanderers, rogue planets, drifting alone through the darkness of interstellar space, bound to nothing, belonging nowhere. Now imagine one of these massive, invisible giants passing near our solar system. Rogue planets could cause chaos without even hitting anything. Their gravitational pull would be enough to disrupt the delicate orbits of the planets, including Earth. A close encounter could send us spiraling into a completely different orbit. Too close to the sun and we burn. Too far and we freeze. Worst case, it could eject the planet entirely, sending us into the void as a frozen rogue world ourselves. And here is the unsettling part. Rogue planets might actually be more common than stars. Some estimates suggest that there could be billions of them drifting through the Milky Way, completely dark, almost impossible to detect until they are right on top of us. The good news? Space is big. The odds of a rogue planet wandering close enough to Earth are very, very small. The bad news? Small doesn't mean impossible, and because rogue planets don't emit light, they are nearly invisible until the last minute. In the grand game of cosmic billiards, all it takes is one wrong move from a rogue world to change everything. Coming up next, we bring the threat even closer to home. With a disaster that doesn't need the vastness of space to happen, it's already brewing right beneath our feet. While threats from outer space are terrifying, some of the most serious dangers are hiding right here on Earth, underneath our feet. One of the most underestimated threats to human civilization is the supervolcanic eruption. Supervolcanoes are not your typical volcanoes. They don't just blow the top of a mountain. They can reshape entire continents and alter the global climate for decades. A supervolcanic eruption would eject thousands of cubic kilometers of ash, gas and debris into the atmosphere. The immediate region would be devastated by pyroclastic flows. But the true killer would come from the above. Ash and sulfur particles would block sunlight, triggering a volcanic winter. Temperatures would plummet worldwide. Crops would fail. Ecosystems would collapse. Food shortages could become widespread within just a growing season. Humanity could survive, but modern civilization might not. One of the most famous ticking time bombs is the Yellowstone caldera in the United States. Scientists believe it erupts on a cycle of about 600 to 800,000 years. The last major eruption was about 640,000 years ago. That doesn't mean an eruption is imminent, but it doesn't mean we are not immune. Other supervolcanoes like Lake Toba in Indonesia or Campi Flegrei in Italy also pose serious risks. The frightening reality? We currently have no way to stop a supervolcanic eruption. Our only defense would be early detection and preparing society for the aftermath. And while humanity could, in theory, rebuild, there is no question, a major eruption would change life on Earth permanently. We've talked about asteroids, gamma rays, rogue planets, and even supervolcanoes. But none of these threats compare to the strangest and most unstoppable danger of all: vacuum decay. In simple terms, vacuum decay is the idea that the universe we live in isn't in its most stable state. Right now, the fabric of our universe seems stable, but if there is a more stable form of vacuum energy, called a true vacuum, then our entire universe is living on borrowed time. If vacuum decay were triggered, say by quantum fluctuations or extreme conditions around a black hole, it will create a bubble of true vacuum that would expand at the speed of light. Everything it touches would be annihilated instantly. The laws of physics as we know them would cease to exist. Matter, planets, stars, even atoms themselves could simply stop being. And the truly terrifying part? There would be no warning, no signs, no escape. One moment Earth would be here, and the next, it just wouldn't. Now, before you panic, scientists believe that vacuum decay is extremely unlikely to happen anytime soon. Our universe has survived for 13.8 billion years without any signs of decay. And it's possible that true vacuum states are either impossible or inaccessible in our cosmic region. Still, The possibility that our entire reality could be erased by a random quantum event is a sobering reminder. The universe is not obligated to keep existing the way we expect it to. So, after everything we've covered, from asteroids and gamma-ray bursts to rogue planets, supervolcanoes, and even vacuum decay, you might be wondering, should we actually be worried? The short answer is, not really, but not never. Most of the threats we talked about are incredibly rare. The odds of a rogue planet destabilizing our solar system or a gamma-ray burst frying the Earth are astronomically low. Even asteroid impacts, while more common, are still events that happen over tens of millions of years. But here is the thing, rare isn't the same as impossible. The universe has existed for billions of years, and catastrophic events are a natural part of its story. Earth has been lucky so far, but luck isn't a strategy. That's why scientists study these risks seriously. Not to spread fear, but to better understand how to detect, prevent, or survive the unthinkable. In a way, knowing about these threats makes us stronger. It reminds us that life is precious, fragile, and worth protecting. It pushes us to innovate, to look outward with better telescopes, smarter defenses, and bigger dreams. Because the universe doesn't promise us safety, but it does promise discovery. And maybe, if we're smart enough, survival too. Thank you for watching. Keep looking up.